So in this video, we're going to learn about UI. For example, I have community content in here, like UI tutorial. I think. Hey, I'm sorry. In UI, you guys gonna find a lot of it, right? But take the one that has tutorial. This one, tutorial UI. Take this one, and then you're going to understand what happened. So in here, I'm going to just say tutorial UI, this one. Put this in your hierarchy, this one, okay? And then you're going to play it. See, stay and stay again to show how it going, right? How it triggers. So if you see, I'm sorry, this one, it's just, there is no error in here. So in this tutorial, we're going to edit this one, right? Because you see there is a background in here. To check this one, just what do you call it? Just visible this one. You can say, okay, the background is there, and you have a movement, ability, signal, and others. Footer, this one. If you put this one, they just go on. But if you see this one, this is the code. I added this one. I added several code in here, like a parent. So in this code tutorial, I want to know which one is the parent, and is it the parent visible or not. You can see this one, parent, and parent, print the parent and print the visibility. Okay, and I'm going to echo this and escape. As you can see, there is a UI container. This is for the parent, and the visibility is 0. So why 0? Because if you see this one, say inherit from the parent. So you have to understand this is inherit from the parent. This is tutorial UI. So because the tutorial UI is visible, so this one inherit the visibility from the parents. So the question is, can I have the parent of this parent? So you can say local, what do you call it? Just say a parent, right? Parents, same as parent dot parent. This is nested. Okay, and I just want to print the parent, and I want to print the visibility for this one, right? And we're going to print this one. What we got? It say that parent is still UI container. Parent of the parent is UI container. We can do the nested one in here. Parent of the parent, right? Can we do this? I don't think it can. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. It should be a parent, right? And we're going to run this one. See, this is network context, right? The tutorial UI is called network context in here, and the visibility is 0. Okay. If you see this one, the code is kind of, what do you call it? Kind of looping, right? It doesn't show good, so it's not look good in this one. If you have 1,000 of this, you're going to just what we call it, just create it again, and that's not very functional, and that's not simple. If you know, in here you can say parent API. You have this one, for example. So you have this. No, can I say just API? this is global util API by applying. You just need to import this one. This is good one, right? Save. Okay, this is saving. So in here you can see that global you just need to read the doc, right? But make sure that you put this one aside here. So if you can see, this is the API. Okay, and you can say that everything in here is print in global lib API. So in here I can add maybe that for functional function, and I can say that API just print parent visible example, right? I can say that, and right in here I can say for the tutorial API, this tutorial one, just print this, right? So I want to know in global util, I want to know this one. Okay, here. So I will have what we call it parent. No, just print object parent or print. No, just say object parent visible, right? You get the parent, print the parent, and print the visibility in here. Save, and just to use this one in tutorial feed, you just need to call this g.global g.global util, and say what call it, global util. I will say local API is same as g.global util, and then I'm going to just say API is dot print dot object obj what in here. You can say this object parent visible. The object parent visible, you can say in here just parent, right? And another one, you can say this one, just copy this for the parent. But before that, you can say in here local, and here local parent, and you can just remove this one, right? So if we run this, say attempt to nil a global. Okay, I understand. You cannot put that in the API. So just use the G globally in here, right? G globally, just remove this one. Okay, can I do this? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So that's not going to work because I put it wrong in there. For example, like this one, right? It say that you can use this. You can use this one. For example, I want to use you can use this surround string in API. So I want to use that, but I'm going to create another API showcase in here, just like this one, right? I'm going to start over. So I'm going to delete this, right? And I'm going to create a new script. Maybe this as global util. Okay. And this global util should be in here. And just print this, right? It should print hello world when I just run this one. Okay. So in even log, you can see nothing in here, just compiling. And I'm going to run this one, right? There is it. That's hello world. I'm going to escape this. This is hello world. But it's different, and when you go to what we call it in here, this one, they didn't understand the G global lib because the script is not loaded, right? So I'm trying to create this one, but it's always nil, so you cannot print this one. For example, if I put this here, right, this is the same surround string in the what we call it in the global API. In this one, it should be print twice, right? So I'm going to try this one, and you see this say that attempted index nil, so the API G is not being reading. So what I get is you have to be what we call it same level in here, but in this one you're not same level. The same level is tutorial UI. So the tutorial UI can access the global utilib, but the tutorial fade cannot accept this one. So to make sure, I'm going to make a new template in here. Maybe I'm going to say new what do you call it, global API, right? Just say this is global API, right? And in here I want to have this one as global API. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this a custom property. Custom should be no. Okay, hello. So in the global API, to make things work, there is two types. You have to put the global API inside here, right? Inside here to be custom. But if they're already been custom, you need another thing. Like what? Like maybe put it in same as a global API in here, so it can be accessed. For example, like this one, we already run this one, right? Surrounding string in here can be accessed by global API in here. This is what we call it, surrounding string. Where is surrounding string? This one. It should be print hello world, okay? Or maybe we can test API works, right? API works, okay? For example, and we're going to test this one by this one. Okay, see, you see this one, say API works, right? And there is flickering in here, right? And we're going to do another thing, right? So we're going to change this one. This is the change color. I make the change color in here. So we change the color. For example, where's the change color? Change color. Okay, here. This is alpha and object C, right? Going to RGB and going to alpha. And I'm going to have this removed first. Make sure that you understand what's this color doing. So this color make everything seems that remove all at once. For example, if I run this one and you play T in here, it's fine, right? Nothing happened. Okay. For example, in here, you can see that to make sure that this fade in and fade out, they will change the color. So it's visible and it's not visible. For example, I'm going to put what they call it. I'm going to put a text weight in here so you understand what's happening. Text weight, maybe I'm going to put 0.5, and we're going to see this one, and I'm going to play this. Right? Everything is cool, everything is fine, and I'm going to press T. See, expected nil. Okay, I'm sorry. maybe I'm just say that here 92 API is nil, the C is nil. Okay, and I'm going to run this one, right? And I'm going to press T, and you can see everything gone because we wait 0.5, right? Everything gone one by one because there is stocks wait for this one, and at the end it's going to be gone. Okay, so that's the what do you call it, the change color. Just remove this one. Okay, and after that maybe we just need to run this. For example, this is the one that always what do you call it, go to again and again. You can see this is the same thing as this one, right? For example, alpha do, and this is the same thing. There is object do, and this is the same thing, right? This is the alpha, right? Alpha is 0, right? For example, like you see this one, this is the same thing, and this is the same thing over and over again. So we can make sure that everything that have this one, right, like this is the same thing, right? Object, and you can see this one do the same thing. For K, this is do the same thing, right? For example, can we make sure that this is what do you call it? Just put this inside global API, right? So I'm going to say that this is pairs object for color. So I'm going to make a function in here. Function, okay, API dot pair object. I'm going to say object. We need the object 1 and the alpha, okay, and we're going to say n. And in here, just copy this one, right? I'm going to say this one, okay. This is not 0, this is the alpha. To run this one, you can just say this pair object and 0, right? And just remove this one, don't need this. And there is, what do you call it, change color. Yeah, it will what do you call it, takes the change color in there. And I'm going to just copy this and remove this one to the for this one to the API and alpha in here and just remove this bullshit, right? Okay, this is perfect. And we're going to copy this one also in here. I'm going to say just say the alpha and remove everything in here because this is same, right? This is same, the alpha one. And you can do this one like this doesn't have an alpha, so the alpha should be 0. So we can remove this and the alpha is going to be 0. This is the same thing. So for example, this is the thing that always been, what do you call it, for loop, for example. And after that, you can just run this one, C, and you're going to T. Oh, I see, they said but argument for iterator table expected got nil. Okay, so in here they say that the object is going to change this. We're going to just print the object, right? Print the object. Is it nil? For example. We can do this, right? Okay, and I'm going to run this one. Is it possible to do that? Okay. No. So it's not possible. For k in object, okay, we can say that if the object is not nil, just the object, right? Check. Oh, I see. I'm just has a typo in here. You can see this is the object, this is the object. This is different. Okay? This is the typo, my fault. And we're going to do it again, and we're going T again, T again, T again, T again. What happened? Object is filled if, right? If object is not nil, should be then this one, else just print no, print object is nil. Example, make sure that we know what happened in here. So can we do this? Right, see, object is nil. Amazing. So maybe this is my fault, we cannot do this, right? Yeah, this is the limitation of the Lua, for example. I cannot do this. It should be, yeah, you cannot do this, so just print this one, right? This is alpha. Yeah, there are limitations for this one, because cannot send the object in there. Oh, maybe I'm just idiot. I'm sorry. This one should be object. Maybe I'm the one that has the fault in here. Should send the object, not the object. With S, right? The object alpha, object 0, right? Okay. And the global UTL can do the same. And let's test this one. Okay. See? Go on. See? Oh, clean code. Yeah, all good in here. Don't need to do just 4 in here. Just make sure that you do this one, right? And you can have a fade time in here. This is the one that always, what you call it, have 2 in here. You can just make sure that going to be here, right? Fade time, and you can say in the global, okay, 4, and after and you can say if fade time, no, fade time is not nil, okay, just start wait here. Fade in time is not nil, just fade in time. Example, okay, and in here you can just say fade in time, and you can change this one, and the other one just put nil in here, or just 0, same. And in here you can say fade in time, right, and remove this one. Okay, and that's all. I think maybe I can just run this one. Is it working? Yeah, cannot do that. I'm sorry. So what happened? Just escape and I going to see the API. Say that, okay, then, sorry, I'm sorry, this is my fault. Okay, I'm sorry, and going to run this one, going to T. Yeah, this is good. Okay, fine, right? Everything looks so fine. Can do this and change it into global UI API in here. This is the good practice for one. Okay, this one it's in the my document and core and git bashing and community content and blah 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 blah. But in here I'm going to just put it in the GitHub and you can just download it if you want. Git status, right? Have this one. Git add. Oh boy. Yeah, just wait it this one. So the reason that I don't change it in this one in Visual Studio because it's different in there. So you have to understand that the tutorial beginner. Just put in here, right? So you have to put it in the branch tutorial beginner because I have a lot that is different game in there. So if you pull it the different games, just get another game that doesn't relate to our video. You can see in here tutorial beginner, right? Just pull this one, pull this inside of the here, inside here. So in map you just pull it in the core and it will be available for you. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for coming and see you next time.